Hi friends, welcome again to Crud example third part. We are making a Crud project using the JSP servlet and MySQL database. Within the last two videos, we have been completed the creation operation and read operation. If you didn't watch those videos, check the link within the description below. During this video, we will find out how to edit data and the way to delete data from the database. To find out everything, you have got to watch this video at the end. Before starting this video, if you are new in my channel, please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon to get notification once I upload a new video. So no more talking, let's begin the video. It's really fun to make a list of our tasks before starting the task. So here I have already sorted 4 tasks for our edit operation. Our first task is to create a method to get single book information from the database. And the second task to set the value to the edit form. And the third task to create another method to update the data table with new data. And the final step to create an action servlet to fetch the data from the edit form. Let's go to our NetBeans IDE and open the Crud project. In the last video, I have been shown you how to paste the ID through the URL parameter. Now expand your project folder and open books.dev class to create the get single book method at the end of the get all books method. I am making a comment. It's a good practice when we write a large number of codes. So I'm creating a method public void get single book and passing the parameter integer id, and starting with a try case block to handle the exception. If there is any exception, we will print the exception at the console. Now I'm writing a query. That query is a SQL query, MySQL query, to find out specified data from the database, which is select asterisk from books. Books is my table name, and where ID is equal to what. In this what question, we will pass the parameter in the method. We passed the parameter in the method. So I am using prepared statement because it's convenient to work with a dynamic and parameterized data. And in prepared statement pt.set integer, and I am passing the id. And using the result set used to get a specified row from the database and store it into the result set. And using the loop while loop and rs dot next, if there is any data available, then I will store the data into a variable. For id I am using bid, and for name I am using bnm to rs dot get string and passing the query. As like this, I will get the book description, author name, and the category. Okay, let's do this for all of them. Now it's a name and the column name, and this is the category. Okay, now I do that. I think there is some mistake I did. If I make it's a books type and store the data into a books class, then it will be convenient to use those data in JSP page. So go to the top and change public books instead of void, and take books as a null, and now create a new books using those parameter. So bk equal to new books, and pass those all value we have been got from the database. So bid, b name, b description, a name is the author name, and b category. B cat, that means is the category, and we will return this value at the end. So then if there is any books available using that ID, that will refers us to the, that will return us a book. Now it's time to fetch those data from the database and set those values to edit your JSP page. Expand your web pages folder and open edit.jsp page. In the last video, I already showed how to pass the value through the URL. If you didn't watch that video, check link in the description. Now start a JSP expression tag. At first, grab the ID from the URL. It's a string type, and then convert it to an integer. Create a new bookstore object and pass the connection in the parameter. Now call the single book method from the bookstore class and pass the ID we have fetched at first, and assign it to a books type variable because it's a books type method, and then set the attribute to use JSTL tag in the next request.set attribute, and here you can pass any string name and then pass the books variable. Now come to the input form field and add the value equal double quotation $, start of curly braces, and then the set attribute name dot id. As usual, do this same for the all input method. Come to the name input method, start value equal to double quotation $, the set attribute name dot books name, and you will get this book name at the books class. We already set the book name, book description, author name, and the category name. Now copy it and paste all the input method and just rename it. Okay, that's all. Save the JSP file and run it. Okay, it will took few times to start the server, Tomcat server. Okay, our project has been run, and it's opened in Chrome browser. Sorry, it's opened in Firefox browser. Now click on edit link, then it will send us to the edit page, and here you can see that our data has been showed to our edit input field, and in the parameter, in the URL parameter, you can saw that we passed our ID there. Open your bookstore class again and create a new method for edit book information. I am making a comment. I love it. Public boolean edit book information in parentheses, pass the books object books, and initially I am setting boolean test equal to false and return the test. starting a try catch block to handle the exception, and print the exception in the console if there is an exception. Now write a MySQL database query to set the value, to update the value. So string query equal to update books, this is the table name, set b name, this is my column name, b description, all those are column name in table, and where id equal to what this in a specified id will update our book information. So start a prepared statement, pt equal to this dot connection dot prepared statement, and in pass the query, and pt, and now set the value to prepared statement, and in the position pt dot set string in position 1 book dot get book name, because in books object we have all the book information. So sorry, it's a set string, and now copy it and paste it 3-4 times. And now change the information one by one. Then books dot get book description, then get author name, AUT is author name, and position is 3. Then books dot get category, then books dot get id, and this is integer type, so change it to set integer, and book dot get id, and pt dot execute update. Okay, I forget to change the position, it's 4th and this is 5th position. Okay, that's all. And now test equal to true, because if it's updated successfully then it will return true, else it will return false. Now create a servlet to handle the form, edit book servlet. Okay, add information to deployment descriptor. Okay, and here cut it, and at first I have to fetch data from the edit form, so I'm making a comment here, fetch data from the edit form. So, and copy the servlet name, and open your edit books.jsp page, and in action pass the name, and method it post, and input field please write down the name. I already written all the input field. Again go back to your servlet and paste all the data one by one, integer edit request dot get parameter, and pass the name, and it let's convert it to a integer, because when we fetch data from the input form it usually pass a string type. And now string b name request dot get parameter, and pass the input field name b name, and just copy it and paste it 3 more times, and just edit the name b description, and pass the input field name b name, just check the spelling again. Okay, and a name is equal what name, and category name is a category name. And now we'll create a book object and store all the data into the book object. Okay, create new book object. I'm making a comment here for remember it, and okay, books book equal new books, and book dot set book name, and book dot set book description, and in parentheses pass the string value book dot set author name, and book dot set category. Okay, and book dot set id. Now make a bookstore object. Bookstore book equal to bookstore equal new bookstore, and pass the connection parameter. Now bookstore dot
edit book information and pass the book object, and this is a boolean type, so set boolean success, and if it is success, then get a message out.println edited successfully, or else something wrong or the exception you want to show. Okay, that's all. Now save it and run the project. Open your browser and refresh it, and click on edit, and you will change here little bit. Select the oops, we get some error. Okay, let's check what's the error. Illegal access. Okay, in book edit servlet we make a silly mistake. Just it will be a lowercase book method. Okay, that's all. Save it and refresh the page again and click on edit. Okay, now edit the description and select the category and submit. Okay, boom, you can see that our data has been edited successfully, and in the homepage you will see the data updated. Our edit operation is done. Now it's time to work on delete operation. Before starting the code, let's take a look at our work list for delete operation. First, create another method on books.dow class to delete data from data table, and second, create an action servlet to perform delete action in JSP page. Open your books.dow class and delete book from database. So create a method. So I'm making a comment. Now create a method public void delete book, and in pass the integer as a parameter ID. So I started try case block to handle the exception, and print the exception in console e dot print stack trace. If there is an exception, it will print in the console. So I'm writing a query to delete data from the database. String query equal double quotation delete from book, and this is the table name where id equal what, we don't know what is the id, we will get the id from the servlet. So prepared statement pt equal this dot connection dot prepare statement, and pass the query, and pt dot set integer int position 1 and pass the id, and pt dot execute the query. Okay, that's all for delete method. Now create a servlet, delete book servlet, and add to web.xml file, and now delete it, and at first fetch the id from the servlet URL. We already set the URL in index.jsp page in last video. If you didn't watch that video, check link in the description below. So integer book id bid equal integer dot parse int, because it's a string type, we have to convert it to integer. So parse int request dot get parameter, and pass the id, and now create a books.dow object. You can start with a try case block, but I think it's not necessary here. So I'm making a comment, create books.dow object. So books.dow bkd equal new books.dow and get the connection. So connection dot get connection. Okay, now call the method bkd dot delete book and pass the id. Okay, that when it's successfully deleted, then it will send us to another page. So we would like to send to index.jsp page. So response.send redirect index.jsp page. Okay, that's all for our servlet. Now open index.jsp page and check the edit link. Is it okay or not? We already said that in last video. So here you can check our delete servlet question id equal dot id. So that's all. Okay, now open a browser and refresh this page, index page. Okay, now click on delete. Okay, it sent us to index page, but our data has not been deleted. I think something wrong. Let's check it out in our console. So okay, we have a problem in books.class. Okay, so we don't have table as like book. So it's a spelling mistake, silly spelling mistake. So this is the books. Okay, save it. Now refresh it and try again. Click on delete. Okay, boom, our data has been deleted from the table. Okay, let's try to add new data. Stay at home. So yes, really it's a serious matter now. So for your safety, please stay at home. So you can type 29, select category, submit. You can check our data has been added and click on delete. Boom. That's all for our delete operation and edit operation from the database. So thanks for watching this video. If you love this video and if you think this video is helpful, so please share it with your friends and like this video and subscribe my channel, and also click on the bell notification to get notification when I upload new video. So see you on next video.